When you hear that sound, you know what time it is. It is What's in Your Earbuds Monday.
Yo,
I am
yo.
one of your hosts, Jason Bahamoni, and I'm joined by my co host, Joe Hardin. And we are going to talk today about the song that Shonda Rhimes is going to put at the end of the episode that she writes, in which she kills you off. That's basically what we're looking at. Joe, how are you? And I'm going to follow that up with I want to know the songs that were running through your head as you were racing this past weekend at the Knobstone 50.
Okay. It was a mixture of, well, man, I was struggling so bad. I had to have like a mantra for 15 hours, but there's a song called Big Dog by Prof that was running through my head. And then I had this, I had the song called Breath by Pearl Jam kind of on repeat. I actually made that like my little recap reel because it's like I kept having to tell myself like just breathe, dude, like because that race was no joke and it had like a tight cutoff for what it was, and so I just had to be like, just breathe, dude, like just take a breath. It was crazy. So yeah, that was my no music at all for the whole thing, but I had some earworms, that's for sure.
Dude, I love it. That's a great song for not just running the Knobstone 50, but life. Like, let's be honest. Like, right now, with all the shit that's swirling around us, you can't get better than just breathe, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
all right, before we get started on this kind of a weird topic for today's show, shout out to Erin Dodd and to Chris Cedar for joining us over on Instagram. Appreciate you guys. Today's theme is you are the star of a show that Shonda Rhimes has written. And for those of you who don't know, Shonda Rhimes has written numerous shows, including Grey's Anatomy and Scandal, and they always have great music. Lori and I are listening to or watching Scandal right now, and there's always a song which is typically like a 60s or 70s song playing in the episode. And it is so good, and I love it that I came up with this theme last week of you're the star of the show. Shonda Rhimes is going to kill you off because practically everybody dies in these shows. And I want to know the song that is going to be playing in your final scene as you head out the door. Maybe she doesn't kill you off. Maybe she just writes you off the show and you go on to something else. You don't have to die.
I'm thinking about this. Maybe I'll save mine until other people start naming theirs. Maybe.
So one of the things that they do in Scandal a lot is they play songs that would be like Vietnam era songs.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's really good, dude. They don't have it's mostly instrumentals, but they do get some words in there on some of the songs, but it's always like that late 60s, early 70s. You know exactly what era you're in as they're playing the song, and it matches up so well with the scenes. And if you've never seen the show, a lot of it revolves around like covert CIA squads, right? There's like this covert CIA squad that is doing all of these things to keep the US government running, which is probably a lot like what's happening today, but they they play these songs that remind you of like MASH or Full Metal Jacket. Did you ever see that movie?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That was a staple during my childhood with my dad being in the military.
Yeah, like you could just see Private Pile. Like, first of all, let's give a shout out to Vincent D'Onofrio, who plays Private Pile and then winds up in Law and Order later on in his career. The dude is just a phenomenal actor.
It's funny that you bring him up because I've been uh, I've been like captivated by this YouTube show called shoot. It's like actors. I think I sent this to you and Derek a while back. It's like a GQ biopic where they like break down their most iconic roles. And Vincent D'Onofrio, I can never say it, like broke down his like that was one of the roles obviously because it was like such a big. It's like his Stanley Kubrick moment, and
Yeah.
like that was. So yeah, it's just funny that you mentioned that because I just watched that last night.
Oh, if you have that queued up on your YouTube, send that to me. I would love to watch it. By the way,
One
dude,
hundred.
when do you have time to watch YouTube stuff. Like seriously.
I had a little bit of time. I had like 30 minutes last night. I had the computer on and doing other stuff. When I watch TV, it's like passively usually.
So let's start here. Your how long did it take you to run the Knobstone 50?
Whew, like 16 hours and 58 minutes or something.
Okay, so 17 hours. We don't have to go through a full 17 episode show of Joe Hardin at the Knobstone 50, but let's start with episode one, hour one. I got to imagine the adrenaline is there, the excitement is there. You're ready to go. What's the opening scene song as Josh says, game on, race is starting?
What would have been my opening? Because I was really trying to. I actually did pretty good for like settling down the start line this year. Because I was just like, man, we have a beast in front of us. Like yeah, I don't know. I actually started up pretty calm. Maybe that because you were talking about set like this. I haven't watched Scandal yet. I guess I need to. But you were talking about like the 70s, 60s, 70s, and theme songs. So it got me thinking about that song "Who Are You" by the Who.
Yes.
Maybe that would be my start line because it's like it kind of starts out mellow and then it goes hard
Yep.
because I had to fight for my life to not get carried away at that. But also, it was the only flat part of the chorus was the first 2 miles, so I had to like really run my ass off because I knew what was ahead of me. But
By the way, so that song is in Scandal a lot.
it
It's
makes
like,
sense, yeah, the
yeah,
way you describe it. So
yep. Aaron Dodd has "Everything Is Gonna Be All Right" by Bob Marley as his exiting stage left song, which is that's a great song to have as your exiting stage left song.
I would say that would be one of like if I had to pick a top three, that's one of my top three song choices for sure. Three Little Birds, like beautiful song.
That's a good one, man. Like I'm still hung up on this because I brought it up last week. The "Ain't No Mountain High Enough" by Marvin Gaye. Like I just feel like that would be a great song to put into the TV show that Shonda Rhimes writes about me, that I'm the lead actor in and whatever role I'm playing. Like I don't, for whatever reason, that song every time it comes on, I want to sing it. And the scene from Remember
Oh,
the
yeah,
Titans?
yeah. It's so good.
Who is it? Ryan Gosling, right? Ryan Gosling is he
Yeah,
plays the defensive back and he starts singing that song at the top of his lungs. Like I envision myself as Ryan Gosling in that episode.
yeah. There's some like powerhouses in that like early days of like some A-listers too. Well, Denzel, I mean, that's he was already an A-lister, but
Yep. The young girl, she goes on to become a star as well. I don't remember her name. Maybe somebody in the audience remembers the young girl's
Hayden,
name.
Hayden
Oh,
Panettiere.
Hayden Panettiere. Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, that's absolutely it. I wonder if we have people on who come on and join us on the live, depending on their age group, would they give us different music based on their generation, right? Like we're leaning into "Ain't No Mountain High Enough." We got "Everything's Gonna Be All Right" by Bob Marley. We're talking about the Who. Like that's our generation of music. Ryan Reynolds has just joined us. Ryan just recently turned 40 years old, and
4-0.
I wonder, like, he's 12 years younger than me. I wonder if the song that he would pick or the songs that he would pick for a television show that is written about him and what that would be like. So, Ryan, you're on the clock.
Yeah, no pressure. Yeah, it's interesting. It's funny though. It's like you think that, but then like it's funny how some songs transcend like generations.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I would have never like you talk to someone that might be older or younger than you, and then you don't like if you reach like a similar like conclusion for like a theme. It's like, oh wow, but it's like it's cool how like music kind of does like time. It's like time doesn't matter for certain songs.
Yeah. Well, talking about my generation, right? That's a song that you could drop.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, I think I could see younger people getting into that.
100%. Chris Cedar has chimed in with "Hey, hey, my, then kill me." I love
Trust
that dude. I don't know if you read the story I wrote about him when I interviewed him. Just a great conversation to have with him, and being able to share his story was phenomenal. And honestly, like when you talk to him, and I don't know if you've talked to him via video or if it's just been mostly text exchanges, but when you talk to him and you hear his voice and you see his mannerisms, then when you read his posts, like everything clicks even more. You know, you're like, because you can hear him saying what he's typing, right? And
Oh, no.
it becomes clearer in that moment. It's fantastic.
Yeah, we're gonna have to change that. Yeah, I guess we've only ever talked in message. We'll have to change that, Chris.
Ryan Reynolds is going to come up with a song, but he can tell you it's going to come from 2000 to 2005 indie rock, most likely. I love the fact that he has the exact years in which
Yeah,
it's coming.
it's so specific. That's one thing I'm never good at. I'm like, I don't know, it's like from 60 or 80 something. Like, I mean, like obviously I can tell you like certain albums, what year I think, like, because like 94 was like a huge year for like, I mean, God, that would have been a tough year to release an album. There's no way you can compete, but
94
like,
I would have.
like, Nevermind and Alice in Chains, like Soundgarden had an album, Metallica Black album,
I mean,
Sil- Silverchair, I think.
do you
So
think do you think that record labels know what other record labels are going to be putting out? Like, so for example, if Taylor Swift is putting out an album, like I can't imagine that anybody in that pop rock genre would want to put out an album against her in that moment. Like, right?
I would think they would have to have some kind of. You'd have to be able to like kind of check the temp on what else is coming out. I would think, but because could you imagine like your life's work coming out the same week? Oh, that would just be probably devastating, honestly.
I think I get upset when a post of ours doesn't get 1,000 impressions. I
Yeah.
spent 6 minutes on this carousel. They have spent years putting that album together.
Oh yeah. Or like if you have a podcast that's published and like that person like went and did a bigger podcast, it's just like, oh no. But
Well, that kind of happened. So I interviewed Ashley Mateo and put out her episode on the Fireside Chat, and then like 2 days later, Running Explained, which is hosted by my dear friends Amanda and Nick, put out their episode with Ashley like 2 or 3 days later. And
yeah.
I was like, how do I hijack their podcast and be like, well, if you don't get enough of Ashley on their show, you can listen to her talk to me and link it.
Ouch.
I, I think if we're going back to the TV show concept and adding music to the TV show of your life, like I would think I'd want to have different genres in there too, right? Like because your life goes up and down. It's a series of peaks and valleys. It's not always the same. And so like I think about some of like my favorite songs like It Takes Two by Rob Bass and DJ Easy Rock. Like I love that song. I'd have to figure out how to get that into the song, and maybe it's like the day that or the episode where Lori and I get married and you play It Takes Two to make a thing go right. Like that could be like the theme for that episode.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, that'd be. I have to think on that. Yeah, because there's like seasons in life. There's seasons and like I guess technically seasons and like especially like musicians have almost like across their like discography different like seasons and sounds too.
Mhm.
So yeah, that makes sense.
I think you would have to do that. I didn't come up with a definitive song on when Shonda takes me out. I completely envision this as me dying, and probably being influenced by the show Scandal, where they're killing each other left, right, and center, dude. Like everybody dies on that show, basically. And so I've envisioned this as like the death song being played, and I didn't nail it down completely, but I also thought about this idea of what if it was a celebration of my death, that my enemies were standing around. They're standing around and they're like we finally killed him, right? Like we finally got rid of this guy. He's been a pain in my ass for 52 years. And we finally write him off. And I don't know why, but is it called Tommy Boy, uh, Pinball Wizard?
Oh, is Pinball Wizard in that show song? I bet it is, right?
Well, the song Pinball Wizard, right, by the Who, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like for some reason, Pinball Wizard kept bouncing in my head. Literally, like Pinball Wizard and bouncing. I guess they goes together. But that was the song that I was envisioning as the swan song of my final episode as they write me.
That's perfect. That's perfect. Yeah, what would mine be? I don't know. Yeah, that's hilarious. Is
Ryan
it? Is
Reynolds.
it?
Go ahead.
It's the Who, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's the Who.
Most.
Pinball Wizard, Tommy, right? I think it's Tommy is his name.
Okay.
Ryan Reynolds said, "I feel Float On by Modest Mouse would fit a lot
Ooh,
of moods and scenes." You know that song?
it's a fantastic song. Yeah, that's a good choice. Okay. I
What's
guess
the
it's a little
ambiance
modest.
behind that song?
It's kind of upbeat though. It's chill though. Like kind of. Yeah. I'll have to send it to you. It's a good one. That song makes me incredibly happy. It's got like a nice little jam
Well,
to it. Yeah.
in that case, it could be your enemies standing over you as they just finished ending your life.
Yeah, I'll go through like little Modest Mouse phases. It's like a couple times a year. I'm like, I just need to listen to every single Modest Mouse song.
I need to get dialed into this because I don't know who Modest Mouse is, and my brain doesn't is not firing on if I've even heard of them before.
It's like kind of eclectic, feel good. I mean, what genre is? I don't even know. I just know it makes me feel nice whenever I listen to it.
Chris Cedar responded with, "That's a solid tune," and I swear I read, "That's a solid tuna," and then clearly I'm just hungry.
Solid tuna.
I love it. I think Ryan is trying to get me to sing. He's got "All Right Already," "We'll All Float On" as the in quotes. So I think he's trying to get me to sing, but I can't
It's a
sing because I don't know the song.
it's a jam. That's a good choice.
You're old enough to remember this, and you said your dad was in the military, and so Full Metal Jacket was a show of your childhood. Did you ever watch the show MASH?
Oh yeah. So like one of my earliest childhood memories is like watching Matt. Like so, my grandpa was also a Korean War vet. So I like watching MASH with my grandpa because like my grandpa would stay up real late, and he would let me like stay up later than everybody else and like watch MASH with them because it was either MASH or the Three Stooges or some Red Skelton. Like my grandpa was like a very serious human, like as you can imagine a combat vet would be, but
Yeah.
he would just cackle at like these shows. So it was like so weird to see him like that. So it was just like I would just hang out, like holy crap, he is happy. But
I
so yeah,
bring
Match was like a staple. So
I bring it up because I believe MASH was filmed around here in the mountain ranges around here in the Hollywood area, which would make sense, right? They didn't go to Korea to film MASH.
yeah,
Klinger was not running around in Korea. It was around here. And it brought me back to the music that they would like the opening scene that they would play. And I don't know if you remember the finale when the helicopter flies over the mountain when they're evacuating all of the soldiers in the final episode, and how like the music makes some of these shows just even better than they probably are. And we just don't recognize it half the time.
yeah. That was probably one of the best finales. Like, I mean, I wasn't to see there to remember it in real time, but yeah, it's like I know we talk about the Forrest Gump soundtrack probably a lot on the show, or at least I do. But imagine that movie without that soundtrack.
Yeah.
It would just yeah, it just wouldn't work. Like so, yeah, definitely. I guess you don't realize it till you like if you took it away, you'd be like, wow, this would not even make any sense without it.
Well, you bring up a good point. I want Ryan, Chris, and Aaron Dodd, if he's still there, to chime in on this because from Forrest Gump, you're talking about songs from the late '60s and '70s because he's in Vietnam and the war, and we are talking about Scandalous playing late '60s and early '70s music. Is late '60s and '70s, early '70s music the standard for television and movie shows to be played?
I think so. Yeah, because like what? Oh crap! I was trying to think. One of those like Law and Order type shows where like the intro was like the Who, and it's like, but it was like filmed in like then
Criminal
like
Minds.
is that okay? But that show was like based in like kind of more modern times, so it's like
Yeah,
what are they? And if there's any kind of like military action, they immediately go to like CCR. It's
right.
like why does every movie? It's like if there's military involved or like war, then we must find the doors.
I mean,
It makes sense, I guess, but
I don't imagine many directors and producers are going to go to fuck the police next time they like they're filming.
yeah, yeah, true.
Law and Order in the Hood, and then they play that song like "fuck the police" would be like that would be a great show. I would watch it.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, it seems to be that's the going decade to pull music from for a lot of things.
Yeah,
But
just
man, what a time for music, though.
and we're what 40, 50 years into past that, right? So in 2070, are they going to be playing Travis Scott on TV shows? Like, is his music going to be on TV shows?
Yeah, it'd be wild to see. Yeah, yeah, I can imagine.
We got a good laugh out of Aaron Dodd. If anybody's got other Law and Order in the Hood songs that we could drop in here, put them in here. We're definitely going to be playing NWA's "Fuck the Police" when we need
Uh,
other songs for our TV show. That would be amazing. Colors, because with the Bloods and the Crips, the red and the blue, we could have the song "Colors." That would fucking hit hard in the middle of that TV show. We're gonna we're gonna. I'm walking down to Netflix tomorrow. They're right down the street. I'm bringing this
like,
to them.
let me in. I got an idea.
Uh, Ryan Reynolds believes that it is the '60s and '70s are the best era for her songs. There was such an eclectic blend of music that was popular at the time, and it was all stretching so many boundaries. If you wanted folk, metal, rock, R&B, there was a wealth of it there. I agree. Like for whatever reason that, and maybe it was the hippie generation. Grateful Dead was playing. CCR was coming around. Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Right.
Oh,
All of these bands and musicians were coming into their own. I mean, Sonny and Cher, which you wouldn't put into any sort of concept with any of these other people, were still putting out iconic music. Dolly Parton was coming or was in that era as well. Motown was
yeah,
coming into its own in that same time frame. Like, I mean, Jackson 5, which would have been part of Motown, would have been coming in. Stevie Wonder, Marvin Gaye. Like, that man, we're gonna have to put up a poll. Was the '70s the greatest era in music?
I would have to say probably so. Because I mean, think about it, like it was almost like we had the '60s. It was like almost like this like loss of innocence too, right? Because like the '50s had like the '50s to '60s kind of like there's like this radical change happening, and obviously there was a war happening. So it was like, and yeah, music was just like to Ryan's point, was just like going everywhere. Like they're breaking so much new ground. And I don't feel like we really see that in music now, not as much, but yeah. So yeah, it's just like music was just like everywhere. It was. I'd definitely say one of the greater times in music. And
So
the early '90s whew, were a powerhouse, but
it feels like we're going through a little bit of what was occurring in the '60s and '70s, right? We've got ICE dipshits, killing citizens on the streets here, imprisoning innocent citizens in this country. We're at war in the Middle East again. And if you think about the late 60s and early 70s, right, we're at war. People are fighting for their lives and civil rights and standing up for each other. And it kind of feels like we're in that same space again. And I would hope that musicians and artists and creatives take this same motivation from the artists and the creatives and the musicians from the late 60s and 70s and start writing and creating music and movies and TV shows, and don't fall into this corporate America concept, right? Where I can only create this because this is the only thing that's going to sell. Like, we need, I don't know if you're a big basketball fan, but we need our Bill Walton of sports. He was a deadhead. He was at Berkeley or at UCLA, excuse me, but he was, he protested the wars. Muhammad Ali did it. Like, we need those types of people today to stand up instead of falling into sort of the corporate greed and the corporate culture. Because, and then in 50 years from now, I could see the music being played today that's protesting ICE and Border Patrol and the police and the wars that we are fighting all over this world and globe coming out and being used in 50 years from now because it has that pull to the human connection.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully, something like. I mean, I've seen some like kind of more grassroots artists that have been kind of using their music to write out against it. It does seem like anymore. I mean, I don't want to speak to every genre of music, but it does seem like anymore. It's like they're trying to please like the A&R man to like get a single or whatever. But not every musician, but certainly that's what it feels like to me. But
Yeah. Before we go on, welcome to Red Wolf Endurance. Welcome to Aaron Landau. Welcome to Gina, and welcome to Try Hard Girl. Thank you for joining us. We really appreciate you. Aaron Dodd wrote, it was also hard to put music out back then. You couldn't just use GarageBand or your laptop and release it in the same day either. It took serious effort to get songs out on the radio. And yeah, we have that advantage of technology today, which is why I hope that we don't fall down this corporate culture of just taking music that's already been made and sampling it and putting something out there. Again, and I'm not blaming or pointing fingers at artists because I don't think they all do that, but I hope we don't lose that connection. And I think what I'm seeing, and dude, you've got it going, and you started it with Odd Duck Running. Your community beyond the finish line is there too. Like, we are building these communities within our everyday athlete clubhouse world and the run tribe bike community world, where we all want to connect and hang out with each other. And I think that that's what was part of the music of the late 60s and 70s to today.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I mean, I think to the point it was harder to get music out, so it had to like mean like. I mean, I don't know. I wasn't a music. I'm not a musician now, but I certainly wasn't a musician in the '70s. I was like a twinkle in my dad's eye. But the music probably had. I bet music had to like you had to really mean it because you had to go through so much trouble to get it on the air. I mean, so yeah, I think. I mean, maybe that's why it was. Maybe why it seems more impactful because it's like they really had to put like their heart into it probably to get it even like recorded. So, and now you can just do it from like your phone. Literally, there's like people that record like my son drops music on Spotify from his laptop, and I think that's so cool because then more people get a chance too that don't like have money like that
Yeah.
aren't like funded by like a producer. So maybe it's like a catch-22 there.
It is a fine line, right? Where the technology is phenomenal in helping us create things like your son is probably able to listen to music he never would have had a chance to listen to before, where then he can come up with his own lyrics or come up with his own beats or come up with something that is unique because it's coming from his heart and his soul to create. Simultaneously, the old school way, and this is me shaking my fist at the clouds, right? Like, you just came up with your own unique shit. Like, you got bored, you took out a notebook and you wrote and you developed and you created art out of it where you weren't using somebody else's. And this is my biggest complaint about social media is we often see what amounts to copy paste, right? Like, if somebody's got a post out there that is doing well, that you perceive, I perceive, the stranger perceives as doing well, they copy paste it and just put it out there as their own. And it's like, yeah, but that's not creative, and you get bored of stuff really quickly. So it is a fine line. It's hard to go on either side of it, which is why when you create unique shit like this podcast, I can't imagine there are many endurance sports podcasts that started out talking about what song is going to be played during the final scene of your life on your TV show.
True. Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to Ryan Reynolds. He said he would love to see punk make a comeback for the same protest reasons too, not pop punk. He's talking about late 70s, early 80s, loud, in your face, take no shit type of music. And Aaron Dodd is supporting him with a hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Me too. It's like we need another Rage Against the Machine right now. Like, not saying they're not existent, because Tom Morello was out there like making some
Yeah.
fucking movies. So, but he's like, where is like another Rage Against the Machine esque like group? They were just so angry about things, and
Yeah.
it made me happy. I did, at the time, I didn't know what they were angry about. I was just a teenager, and I was just pissed. But now that I'm an adult, it's like, oh, we need this. This is what we need.
And now that we're talking about Public Enemy, was that in the rap game, right? That's exactly who they were. They were fuck you, in your face. That's why they were singing "fuck the police." Like nobody else was doing that back then. Ice-T, I mean, he is literally telling you "fuck off, man. We're gonna do it our way," and we need more of that. We need more of that. Let's, instead of worrying about how much money I'm going to make on this hit single, how about how many lives am I going to change with this song? How many people are going to be impacted? Because if you want to count with your pocketbook, if you impact people, they will buy it.
Oh yeah, I had this. I had this like bootleg Public Enemy Rage Against the Machine. Like, they did a concert in like Japan. It was like I bought this tape off of like a dude. Like, it wasn't like at a store, and like it was so crappy, but it's just like, oh my god, it was so good. I bet that exists out there somewhere. Like, I don't know. I've tried to find it on Spotify, or like there's like some archive websites where you can find old bootleg stuff. I've never been able to find that like concert recorded again,
Are
but it
you
was phenomenal.
are you telling me that you were walking the streets of Lebanon, Indiana, and bought a tape that was being sold on the street by some guy that had a mashup of Rage Against the Machine and Public Enemy?
I believe it was when I was in college, so it was like in Vincennes, Indiana, which might even be sketchier. But yeah, I was just like, hell yeah, I'll buy this bootleg. And
Shout out
so,
to Hair Bandits who has joined us. This is a first time, no time. We haven't figured that part out. Thank you for
well,
joining us, Hair Bandits. We appreciate you being here.
welcome to the chaos.
Yeah, welcome to the chaos. The theme originally started with a song that would play during a TV show about your life, in which they either wrote you off the show because you moved on to greener pastures, or they killed you. The production company was Shonda Rhimes' production company.
Oh, I know what mine would be. What's that "Home Sweet Home" by Motley Crue song? That would be mine.
That's a good one.
The song just goes so hard too.
That is a good one, dude. I like it.
Yeah, it took me a minute. It took me 33 minutes to think about that. But
So Pinball Wizard was mine, and now we have yours. We are in. Um, Ryan Reynolds has Chuck D could diagnose a societal problem and cut down the establishment all within a few bars. And nothing has been more true about Chuck D and his ability, or any artist, to do both within moments.
yeah, Chuck
Aaron
D's
Dodd,
been good lately too, which has been kind of cool.
yep, yep. Aaron Dodd has the co-defendants are a great protest band. They blend punk and hip hop, and it's totally worth checking out. Sick, is that a song, or what is that? Aaron Dodd, is that the album name? And
Like
then
SC.
Sick, sick. Ryan Reynolds has Vincennes. Is that how you pronounce that? That's like an hour from me. Oh, that's where you went to college.
Oh yeah, Vincennes. Yeah, yeah.
Vincennes.
Oh really? So he like, yeah, yeah. That's where I went to school. I,
Welcome to Cat.
I'm not doing that for a living now, but that's where I went to school.
Welcome to Taz 7279, and my cousin Monique has made it to the show. Thank you for joining
Oh,
us.
what's up, Monique?
The topic today is the song of the swan song of your episode of your life, written by Shonda Rhimes. And the last episode could either be swan song, you move on to something else in life, and the show ends, or your enemies kill you. And this is the song that plays as they roll the final credits of your episode. Drop the song in there. Joe, you just said yours, and I totally forgot it. What was your song again?
Oh, I'm thinking "Home Sweet Home" by Motley Crue, but like the movie Shane, or like the Oklahoma Kid, I think, where he's like riding off in the sunset on a horse. Like I want that moment in mind though. Can I have that? That'd be
You
kind of
could get
cool,
a good. You could probably get a good spaghetti western song. I'm sure
right?
there. Like I'm sure if we went to the movie Young Guns, we could probably find a couple of good songs that people are writing out on.
Young Guns had what? Oh, just that one song by Bon Jovi, right?
Wanted Dead or Alive.
Oh, yeah. Damn. I mean, what a banger.
That is a banger.
I think
Aaron
that's
Dodd,
one song, but
Aaron Dodd's response of "Sick" was to Chuck D and what Ryan Reynolds had written.
hell yeah. Okay.
So, and my song was was Pinball Wizard by the Who. That would be the song that played. And my last scene was "My enemies have killed me," and
They're like rejoicing.
we finally got him. We got him to shut the fuck up.
Oh,
By the way, that's how you know when I'm tired is if I'm not talking. Like if I am not talking, you know I am exhausted. Just so anybody, if you ever hang out with me, just know that.
God, I do the opposite. I just rattle off nonsense, and then it's like, and then I'll lose myself in it. And it's like, what the fuck did I just say? I got, yeah, I'm not even kidding. I like say the weirdest shit when I'm tired. It's like, what was I rambling on about?
Oh, Chris Cedar is correct. It's Blaze of Glory. That's the song by Bon Jovi.
Okay, I
That
couldn't
makes
remember the name of it, but I know. I mean, I can tell you the sound of it is, yeah, that's a good one.
that is a good one.
I want that maybe, but like, yeah, I want like my ride off in the sunset moment for my show.
You don't want Shonda Rhimes to kill you?
I don't know. Yeah, at least do it off camera. Like, give me like a nice moment.
Let the audience wonder if you're alive or if you're dead. Not me. I want my scene. I want to be in a fucking pool of blood, bludgeoned,
Like a Game of Thrones ending. Like you know that person is gone in that show.
like Tony Montana and Scarface.
What an epic way to go, though. Like, grenades, like what a crazy show. Okay,
That movie was so wild, dude.
yeah,
I saw somebody put up a post about like what was it? What movie or show could you would you not believe you would have watched as a Gen X kid? And like they had all these things, and I just realized like that movie. I was probably like 15 years old when that movie came out, and they're chainsawing the person in the shower, and like
yeah.
he's got a mountain of cocaine on his desk. Like, why are you showing a 15-year-old this movie? What is wrong with you people?
Yeah, I think me and Santino had that discussion not that long ago. Like the stuff that our parents would like. Yeah, my parents like you talking about Full Metal Jacket. I watched it with my dad when I was like 12. I was like, what were you letting me do? No wonder I'm just now fixed at like 43. Not barely. Like, what the hell, man?
It's so true.
I couldn't imagine letting my kids watch crap like that young.
There's no way, dude. There's no way. Even like the funny shit. Do you remember Cannonball Run with Dom DeLuise and Burt Reynolds?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
the idea, they were basically drunk driving at top speed across the country. Like, what's the example you're
yeah.
setting?
Crazy. Just those movies were just built different. Just totally.
Shout out to Chris Cedar. Sons of Anarchy was good for killing people. It absolutely was.
They
That
had,
was that
yeah,
show definitely did jump the shark at one point though. Right? Like all of it, like when they got to the end of that show, I was like, oh my goodness, can you guys just all kill each other and end this show for good? I am so tired of it.
that, that show and Justified might have had some of the best music though.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were at the same time, which was
Yes.
intense.
You
My
know what's
DVD.
crazy is Peg Bundy was in Sons of Anarchy, and seeing her going from Peg Bundy to whatever the name of the character was in Sons of Anarchy was a little bit of a shock.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Totally wild. Yeah.
Monique has not only given us a song, she has given us the setting for the last episode of the show of her life, and the song is "Vivir Mi Vida" by Mark Anthony, and
Oh,
she'd be leaving for a new life in Puerto Rico, owning a bar on the beach.
ooh. Is I
It's
want. Is it like a tiki style beach? I need to know more about the like what kind of bar. Is it
nah, you
like an open concept bar where it's like you ever seen those bars that like and my Key West is like full of them. You can just like walk up to it, like one of those styles.
yep.
I don't drink anymore, but I could still get into that setting, I guess.
Yeah, I don't. I know my cousin. I don't know that I'm gonna have her in a tiki bar. I'm gonna envision her at like a high end bar that's
Okay.
open to the beach, where she can be the owner, not the bartender. You know, she's running the joint. That's what I'm envisioning.
And probably just like a fire menu.
Yes, empanadas everywhere, tostones, all of that. Yeah, she agreed. Open concept with food.
Yeah.
All right, we have definitely moved into the Peg Bundy segment of this show because there are so many
I mean,
comments on here.
like what was God? How did I forget her real name? She was
I know.
everybody's. She was like She was all of her moms in this generation.
Santino has her as being awesome in the new season of live action One Piece. I have never heard of that show. I will have to go check it out and see what that's all about. Um, Chris Cedar has that she's married to Kurt Sutter, who wrote the show Sons of Anarchy, and he was Otto on Sons of Anarchy. Okay, that's her
Yeah.
husband.
Otto, like Marilyn Manson was in that show.
Yeah, Marilyn Manson was in that show. Katie Seagal, Santino giving us the expertise on that.
I don't know
Katie,
how I forgot that, but
yep. Ryan Reynolds has the song "I Was Meant for the Stage" by the Decemberists is going to be his song, or potentially "How Lucky" by John Prine and Kurt Vile.
ooh, John Prine. My goodness. Yep. Good one.
And yes, Aaron Dodd, no porn. We are not doing porn here. We want to keep our show on TV for as long as possible without the FCC coming down on us.
We're good.
That's the other podcast network, OnlyFans. That's not here. I love the fact that we've gotten people to chime in with songs that would be the ending of their TV show of their life as they fade off into the sunset, or in my case, get just wildly murdered. And if there's a psychotherapist out there, please analyze this thinking.
Tell me what this means.
But drop it into a DM. Don't just blast it all over socials.
I don't know why. I just like the idea of like the writing off in the sun. Maybe it's because I watched like too many westerns. Like because it's like very rarely do you see them just like outright die. There's always like some big crazy moment where they like say a bunch of last words or like right off. Like Lou Diamond Phillips,
Yep.
takes off like the pill riders following him. I want one of those moments. That's what I want. Just
Yeah.
some like really baller song. Like yeah, like some Motley Crue. I'm not even like a big Motley Crue fan, but that's kind of weird that I picked that for my last song. But I don't know. It's just a good song.
Aaron Dodd was saying that we were allowed as kids to watch all these violent movies, but we weren't allowed to watch porn back in the day.
Okay. I was like, what? Okay. So it's not as random as I thought. So I was
This
like,
is why this show is great because when people are chiming in, there's no fucking context to any of it. It's just words popping up on the screen. I have no idea what they're talking about.
I love it. I love that. Thanks for clearing that up, though.
Okay, so Santino has Tarantino. Now say that three times fast. Is wildly problematic, but Coconut by Harry Nilsson was one of the best cut to credits song choices in any movie ever. I'll have to go back to see that. I don't recall that song. It's not ringing a bell.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even think I even heard of that at all. That's a new one on me.
Yeah, Monique said that the my ending of just murdering me is probably a reflection of being a Mets fan, which just end it all.
uh,
It's been brutal. It's been a brutal 13 games to start this, or 16 games to start the season, man.
damn.
Fucking brutal. All right, people, keep giving us songs that would be the songs that you ride off into the sunset or get viciously killed, or maybe wondrously killed as they end your television show. Reservoir Dogs. Oh, put the lime in the coconut. Yes, thank you, Santino.
Oh, yeah.
Now I know. Yes.
Dude, you want to talk about Santino? You hit on something that I think about all the time. Um, I don't want to like ruin. Okay, we can't spoiler alert. Reservoir Dogs. The movie's like 20 something years
Yeah,
old, right?
you're not spoiler alerting Reservoir Dogs, dude.
But there's a scene where Michael Madsen is like pouring gas on that police officer, and like he has like his like switchblade in that song "Stuck in the Middle with You." He's like dancing around, like slicing pieces off the stuff. I cannot hear that song ever the same. That so it's funny you mentioned Reservoir Dogs because like I was thinking about that scene while we were talking about this show because it's not necessarily like a go out song. But I mean that people go out
People
like
go out.
everybody does in the movie just about. But yeah, just like thinking about that moment and that like how I can never hear that song without thinking about it. It's genius too, by the way.
Was
That
was Michael Madsen Mr. White? Was that his character? I think it was
yeah,
Mr. White, right? Yeah. If you look, I believe that Michael Madsen, and I believe he is dead. I think he died a year or two ago. Um, was in every Tarantino movie. So now
oh,
imagine, right? So Tarantino, who becomes big, I mean, he's problematic, but he becomes big 20 years ago. And you're Michael Madsen. You kind of have a name, but you don't. And you latch on with this guy, and he makes like 7 or 8 movies in the matter of a few years. And you've got a recurring role in every one of them. Like, I mean, that is unbelievable.
yeah. I mean, God, yeah. I mean, whatever his like personal life might have been. I mean, he was like really good at being a bad guy, though.
Yeah,
Like
he was.
so good at it. So good at it.
Santino has corrected us. Michael Madsen was Mr. Blonde, and
Mis-
Harvey Keitel was Mr. White.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, Mr. Harvey Keitel was white.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Steve Buscemi was Mr. Pink, and he was pissed about it. Yeah, he didn't want to tip.
Hello, fellow kids. You will always laugh at Steve Buscemi. The idea that that dude was a New York City fireman is blows my mind. Like
Yeah,
blows my mind. And he had already left the fire department when 9/11 happened, and he went down to the World Trade Center when it happened anyway to serve. I mean, just unbelievable.
and like, does anybody ever talk about the range that dude? Like, bad guy. Like, he is such a good bad guy in like Fargo,
Yep.
and obviously Reservoir Dogs, and then he's like hysterical in like numerous Adam Sandler movies.
Yeah.
And it
He
turns out he's also like a low key hero.
Do you remember that he was also the lead actor in the show Boardwalk Empire, which was on HBO years ago?
I
He
never
was
got into it. I don't
he
know
was
why I never did.
yeah, he was also like the head mafia guy in that show.
Yeah.
Uh, we have now dovetailed into actors listening to music while killing people. Because Chris Cedar has Christian Bale in American Psycho listening to Huey Lewis.
Oh yeah, that was so like what a creepy, great movie though.
Creepy, great movie is right.
I don't know what
Like,
to say. That movie scared the shit out of me. It was just like Christian Bale is just like so good at what he does.
yes, Santino, Boardwalk Empire was great up until the point that it wasn't. And that's how I felt about Sons of Anarchy. Like, I was into that show until I just couldn't take it anymore. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Jimmy Smits is in that Sons of Anarchy. And he ends up being like the fucking lead guy of one of the gangs. And I was like, okay, this is the guy who ran for president on the West Wing. He cannot now be the head of a motorcycle gang in
Yeah, he's like
Sons of
he's like
Anarchy.
he like runs a bordello basically.
Yeah. I was like, I'm done with this show. I can't. When Jax is right, gets killed and he's right, and they start, I was like, oh, thank goodness this show is over.
It's weird how you like feel for the like. That's the only movie that's like it makes you like sad that the bad guys go. Like, wait, they're all killers. Like, why am I upset about this?
And it's crazy because it's the music that just adds to the flavor of it all, right? The music really makes those moments, whether it's in TV or the movies, the big screen.
So well done. Like Kurt Sutter is like a, like it's a shame he doesn't do more things. At least not that I'm aware of. But
Chris Cedar said once Opie got killed, he was no longer into Sons of Anarchy, and I totally get that.
uh, man, that episode will get you.
Yes.
At the end of the day, Opie blew shit up. So it's just like, why am I excited for this bad guy?
Santino said that Sons of Anarchy got hella dumb after the Ireland season.
That was hard. Yeah, that season was hard, wasn't it? Just like what? How'd they get motorcycles over there? See, I can't like if I watch some of those shows, I'm just like, how? I can't. Yeah, explain to me the logistics of the bikes. Well, they were like on a cargo plane or something, right? Okay,
Yes.
okay.
They
It was
slapped they slapped FedEx stickers on the side of the gas tanks.
that's the one that got me.
Look, I'm clearly not an organized crime criminal leader of a gang because all of these shows, there's like boxes of fucking grenade launchers. Like, where do you buy that? Who do you call? Is there
Yeah,
an app for this? Like, like how do you get an entire box of grenade launchers and grenades and like if we all know that they're shipped in these crates, why can't we stop it? Like, I don't understand.
yeah, it's wild. I have no idea. Yeah, it's yeah, just like hundreds of AK-47s.
Just laying around, right? Like you're like, who? Like, how does it get here? Like, I don't understand. So Santino has, if we're talking about songs from brutal scenes, how about Atlantis by Donovan in Goodfellas, or Layla, even though even though
Oh,
Clapton sucks.
yeah, but that scene where they play the beginning of Layla, like, and he's like taking a drag of his cigarette, and he, like, he's planning to kill. Oh damn it, Maury. It's just like, oh shit, like such a perfectly timed song. Like the look on De Niro's face. Yeah, same
That
thing.
didn't.
I can't hear that song now and not think of that. It's like it's tied to that scene now forever.
I need people in the audience because now that you mentioned De Niro, I'm thinking about in Heat when him and Val Kilmer in that scene where they're just blowing the fucking shit, just guns blazing everywhere, and the music that's over top of that. Who, if somebody can find out what the name of that song is, like that is another perfect situation of the right music depicting the scene because it ends up in slow motion as well, and there's just bullets flying everywhere, and it's total chaos. Like that is a great scene in that movie with De Niro, Pacino, and Kilmer when they're all just fucking firing guns everywhere.
I just rewatched that not long ago, but I was just like, that scene is just so chaotic.
It's so chaotic.
Yeah.
Santino said that Heather knows some rednecks that ship those crates.
Okay. Yeah, 'cause I guess I'm not tapped in enough with like I have no idea.
Santino, is there an app for that? Like, where, like you just go in, it's like ordering off a DoorDash. Is it called like Uber Guns? And you're
Yeah.
just like,
Oh, the bad guys app. Join the Facebook group.
I need 3 crates of rocket launchers, 2 crates of AR-15s, and 17 crates of 9mm Glocks. Like, you get an invoice? You pay by credit card? Like, how does this all
Yeah.
happen?
Do I Venmo you for these grenades?
Clearly, I don't have the criminal mind for that kind of shit, dude. I have no clue.
I would be a terrible criminal. I'm so disorganized. I would fuck up being a criminal. I know I would. There's no way. I'd be so bad at it.
Chris Cedar brings up a great point. He's like, in Peaky Blinders, the amount of guns they had back then, it's true. Like, they couldn't mass produce stuff the way they do today. That was like the 1800s. Like, all of a sudden, they come rolling out with like 50 Tommy guns every 10 seconds. Like, who's making this shit that fast?
Yeah. I just watched the movie spinoff of Peaky Blinders. It was okay.
The movie? You watched the movie?
Yeah. I was just like, I'm sitting down, I'm watching this movie. And I was like, damn it. It was good. It was like, okay.
Is
I'll say
Cillian
that.
Murphy in it?
Yeah, yeah. But
I'll have
it's like his son. That's like all I'll say.
Okay. Santino said, you just got to know a dude named Critter.
A critter. It's funny because I feel like I've ran into someone named Critter before in my previous life.
If our leadership group was an organized crime syndicate, and you, Santino, myself, and Lori, who's Critter? Who's playing the role of Critter? It's got to be Santino, right?
Oh,
Monique said she watched the Peaky Blinders movie just yesterday, and she said she didn't love it either. Man, I'm gonna have to bail on this.
it's like I really wanted to force myself to love it because I love Peaky Blinders. Well,
Yeah.
I think I'm a Cillian Murphy fan. And also, you want to talk about some good music? Damn.
Yes.
Nick Cave. I'll take all the Nick Cave music that could ever come onto a show.
Santino wants to know if the Peaky Blinders movie was worse than the Sopranos movie.
Oh, the Sopranos movie was definitely better than the Peaky Blinders movie.
Aaron Dodd just wrote, I've been told not to watch the Peaky Blinders movie. And if the Sopranos movie is better, I'm going to take that off my watch list. I'll live with the season finale or series finale of Peaky Blinders and not watch the movie at all.
Yeah, just rewatch Peaky Blinders. I mean, it's a lot to get through, but yeah.
Is there another show in the history of shows that was damn near impossible to understand what they were saying than Peaky Blinders? Like that old English accent sometimes, dude. I had to rewind.
I have to. I'm like old and losing my hearing, so I'm like watch everything with closed caption anyways now. But I couldn't not watch it without closed caption. I was just like, what are they talking? Like, yeah, there's no way. It's just too thick. It's wild.
It was so hard. Some days I would, like, in an hour show would take me 2 hours because I would fucking keep rewinding it just to try to understand what they were saying.
I just gave in and just started doing closed caption on everything lately. I can't believe I'm saying that to everybody, but that's just what I do. If it wasn't for headphones, I wouldn't hear any of this. Like, just like, huh?
Imagine if it was an entire podcast of people going, huh?
What? my wife hates it, but like at first despised it. She's like, this is what we're gonna do? Like, and now it's just become a normalcy. Like,
I forgot to tell you this, dude. So we hosted our Everyday Athlete Clubhouse happy hour on Thursday the 9th, which was awesome. We're gonna do it again in May sometime and get as many people as we can there. Ryan Reynolds, I know we can't do it on Thursday. We'll have to do it on a different day so that you can join us because of your meetings. There were about 12 people in the happy hour, dude, and we got to know each other really well or better, not really well, but we got to know each other better. And one of the things that came up was from Matthew Clover, and because I asked, what can we do to make the clubhouse better, make the Run Try Bike community better for you guys? And they said that to get you better internet, to like move you. Matthew Clover said to get you better internet, and like move you to Indianapolis.
Yeah, I wish we don't have enough time for me to explain what I've been through with this internet. Oh my, and laptops. Oh my goodness. And then the iPad debacle we had last week. It's been a comedy of errors.
I tell you what, though, dude, we've been flawless for over an hour. So whatever happens now, it doesn't matter. We made it an hour on this show. This is
Yeah,
the crown jewel of our episodes.
this is like this is the top. This is top notch for this show for sure. It's almost too good.
Well, here's the beauty of it, though. Again, we started out with give us a song that would be your swan song on a TV show written about you by Shonda Rhimes, and we have since then we have leveled off into the world of violence and sex and all kinds of shit in the 80s when we were kids. To we're so old we need to have closed captions on because I'm going to tell you this right now. The number of people on here, Aaron Dodd, captions on. Monique, captions on. Chris Cedar, captions on.
Really? Oh, I'm not alone. Thank you. Thank you. I feel seen because I'm like, how? Because I started doing that a couple of years ago. I'm like, how am I already doing this? Like, I was kind of upset. Okay, thank you. That makes me feel better.
The only shows that I watch with closed captions on, and it was because it's part of the screen, are the Money Heist, which is on Netflix, which is a show that was made in Spain that they dubbed into English, and so it always had closed captions on there. And there was a French one that was on Netflix as well, and it was another detective type show that was French, and they put it um, into English with the subtitles on it. But those are the only ones that I like regular TV today. But maybe I'm missing too much, and I probably do need to put closed captions on. Oh, my sister wants to know if you did your homework.
I haven't. I promise I will. I'm gonna. I swear I'm gonna try and start. This is gonna sound silly. I'm gonna try and run commute tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. It might be slow, but yeah, I have homework due.
Yeah, dude. So we had episode 1 for you at the start of Knobstone 50. What was the final song that would have been playing as you crossed the finish line at Knobstone 50?
Maybe maybe like your song earlier is "Ain't No Mountain High Enough" because it was just I could not believe how much climbing there was in the last 4 miles. It was preposterous. And some asshole at the aid station goes, "Those last 4 miles are the flattest here." And I'm like, I've been here before, and I don't. But I went counterclockwise when I went down there by myself, and like 3,000 feet of the 11 were in that last section.
Over 4 miles, dude?
Yeah, I mean, I because it was getting dark, and I was like, "Oh, this is getting flat." And then I remember looking up and seeing a headlamp way up there. I was just like, "Oh no!" I was like, I don't even know if I can climb anymore." So I think if I had to pick one, ain't a mountain high enough because it's like, when is this gonna stop? This is Indiana. Like, what are we doing?
That is the
Yeah,
that is the perfect song to end the Knobstone 50 on the way out. If it was turned into a television show. Speaking of stones, so I brought this up years ago, and it came up in conversation this past week when we talked about Val Kilmer earlier. The movie Tombstone, it just does not, it did not age well. Like I watched it a couple of years ago, and I never turn off movies. And I was like, this is fucking horrible. Like, this is so bad. I was angry at myself for thinking it was good. I was like, the only thing we got out of this was "I'll be your Huckleberry." That's the only thing we got out of this movie. I was like, this is terrible.
I liked it until I saw the OK Corral in real life, and I was just like, "Oh, they embellished so much. That is not at all what it looked like. It's like horse stall. It's like the size of a bathroom. Like I was like, what? That scene it made it sound like this huge thing. It's just like it really wasn't.
That reminds me. Have you ever been to the Alamo?
I've been close, but we didn't go. But
So I ran the San Antonio Marathon, and you run past the Alamo. And as I'm running past it, I thought to myself, "You guys fought over this? Like, just went down the street. Fine."
I've heard someone else say that. It's like it's okay. I was
Yeah,
like, oh, all right.
the hype behind it. And then I saw it, and I was like, "Oh my goodness! Like, why?"
A buddy of mine drove all the way to Graceland one time, and he was like, it was the most underwhelming tour I've ever taken. He's like, and the carpets are disgusting. It's so cool that you got to go. He's like, I wanted to see the bathroom so bad, but he's like, wouldn't let you in there. I was like, oh. He's like,
Let's
yeah, it's like really gross shag carpeting everywhere.
let's end the show on this because I want the audience to participate in this too. If there is a musician who has a museum, and let's just say that they do, that all musicians will have a museum, who's the one musician's house that you want to go to and see? Like if you were like Elvis in Graceland, whose would it be? Audience, chime in. I want to see where you guys would head to. You only get one choice though. Don't be listing 4 or 5. I'm gonna block you.
I feel like I've been past Michael Jackson's childhood home before because it's not that far from here. It's like maybe an hour and a half from here. God, who would I go to?
I've told you before. I'm a believer. I like if they had a Justin Bieber Graceland style museum mansion, I would go see it because I would love to see how it grew up from being a young kid as he went through all his bullshit and all this stuff, like in life and everything else, through to today, being married with kids and stuff like that. For me, I would that would be phenomenal.
Oh, I have been to the Grateful Dead where they all got together and same. I've been to Haight Ashbury Street and sat on the steps where the Grateful Dead took like their first band group photo together. I have been there. That was actually pretty cool. And I went to the original Ben and Jerry's too that day. The ice cream was so good.
That's a good day.
Yeah.
Santino has Jay Dilla. Santino, why Jay Dilla as the mansion you would go to? And Monique has Michael Jackson. Monique, why the Michael Jackson mansion? Like, and everybody else chime in and why you would want to see that particular one, and what is it about the artist, right? Like, and it could be any artist. They, let's all pretend like they have it. Chris Cedar has chimed in with Ozzy. Ozzy would be a great one to see. Going from the beginning stages of his life and into the end stages and what his life was like, especially when you had was it called the Osbournes, the TV show,
I love
right?
that. Him and his son Jack did like a history spin-off show it was actually pretty cool too. I forgot what it's called. It's like on the History Channel, obviously, but it was actually pretty neat.
Aaron Dodd has crushed me. He said he's been to the Beebs' hometown and it's not special.
Oh, okay.
I don't even know where he's from. Is he
From
Canadian?
Canadian, I think. Yeah.
Canadian. Yeah, I would just like to see the museum. Like, what would like the story of his life? Because one of the things that we don't get in the current stages of artists' lives is all the stories, and that's what museums are for, right? You have a curator of your museum who goes and finds stories that weren't always mainstream, and they tell stuff that you don't know about, which is why, like, I think that dude has been through so much shit in his life that we know a fraction of, and like just the story of everything that he's been through would be amazing to see. Ryan Reynolds says my question is tough. He said maybe Nirvana. That was one of the first bands that completely altered his world. Monique said that Michael Jackson, because he's still influential today, and just seeing from the beginning to Neverland would be amazing. Santino has Jay Dilla was his favorite producer of all time. Plus, just reading Dilla time, I kind of want to see all the spots in Detroit that he impacted. My sister has Prince. I can assume he had some crazy cool art, and of course, his closet.
Yeah, the guy had so much style. All those cool suits.
Yeah, all just everything. Like, if you think of the word cool, Prince has to come up. Like, it just oozed it.
Who else could pull off like those ruffled shirts? Like nobody. Pirates and
Seinfeld couldn't pull off the puffy shirt.
not at all. Not at all.
Uh, Let me see the equipment he recorded donuts on when he was in the hospital. Jay Dilla from Santino there. Like Heather says, all the houses that Wu Tang grew up in. That would be an amazing museum. Like that would be a ticket. Like you'd need like a 7-day pass, and you bounce from house to house for all of them. The word bands like that would be cool. A Tribe Called Quest would be
Yeah.
cool to go see all of their different houses. Aaron Dodd says Bob Marley, 9 Mile, Jamaica. That's where he's going.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Ryan Reynolds says that Prince was the coolest of the cool. His cameo on New Girl was all time.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. My daughter was just rewatching that, and that episode
Schmidt.
popped up. So like, I'm sitting down and watching this one with you.
That was awesome. Do we have a show this coming week on the 20th? We do. That'll be our third show for April.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yep. All right, dude. Thank you so much. Like today started out as the Mondayest of Mondays, and it's ending on a high note. And I hope that all of you that are listening, who may have had a Monday start out being a Monday, have been able to enjoy some laughs and some hanging out with us here on What's in Your Earbuds, along with the community who's chiming in and always contributes so much to this show. You guys crack me up, make me think, and I can't thank you enough. I appreciate all of y'all so much. Oh, wait. Nope. Ryan Reynolds says he needs to go re-listen to Donuts now.
Yeah, I'm going to have to put that on.
All right, dude. Send us off into the sunset. I know we don't have music to play because we don't have the rights to to Pinball Wizard or to Blaze of Glory.
Yeah, we'll see ya. Yep.